There is sun. Hace sol, hace sol, hace sol. Así que, fingers crossed.
Okay.
Veamos.
So, fourth session for the CivicTechlab, and today I think that we need to, well, first of all, try to close the debate that was said in the discourse about the emancipation and independence.
Mhm.
All right. Okay. And another thing that we need to discuss, I guess, is about the main goals for the lab.
Yeah, I think basically that I think the discussion and discourse was really constructive because basically from what Francesco said, I think we can derive objectives because what I wrote in the document I sent you is basically like um, okay. Um, I have this idea of thinking Civic Tech Lab and maybe, okay, so maybe it's a long-term project, but maybe, okay, so there is no academic field in Civic Tech. It's super difficult to find funding. There is no coordination. People work on their own, and maybe the idea of open laboratory could be an open laboratory to bring together community builders, academics, um, people, stakeholders of civic tech, so that can coordinate themselves, share readings, share and also share research, metrics, data to, on the long term, build civic tech as a field that can be where research can be compared, where research there is continuity, where there is replicability, where we can further and so basically, I think the idea of Francesco is great, and that basically, like right now, I'm back in London, and I've been thinking about my research project, and I've been contacting people I know, and also, so this is one thing. And second thing, when I was back in Argentina and I gave a talk at Hacks and Hackers regarding CivicLab, I was talking with Democracy.Earth. I was talking with different projects that were, yes, like like they are going to do some research, and they also like see this interest in building this. So I think this could be like the objective of the Civic Tech Lab to make Civic Tech academic, and also like thus like and for this objective, we have the mission of bringing people together, create this intellectual community where we can develop the axis of research that we presented in the last document.
Okay, but how do we do that? I mean, what are the tools that we have to use to build that platform?
Okay. Yeah, I think this like for the I'm not sure. Yeah. When we say platform, when you have what do you have in mind when you say platform? Because I was thinking like basically it's like it's. I don't think that in the first time we need a website. We need like a specific platform. Maybe what we could do first is like say, okay, so write the right document. Okay, this is our project, and send it to all the people I know, to all the people we know. Sorry, because I've been talking like I'm really interested in this idea. Send it and have bring people to discussion as Francesco was saying, and have discussion all together and say, okay, so this is what we need right now for civic tech. What do you think? And like that could be awesome, because that could be also like a platform, a laboratory for research, but a laboratory for teaching. Like, I mean, having like teaching from Pia, from Domenico, from like all like big civic tech people that would be giving course online to also like keep the work on. That could, I think it could be awesome. So yeah. I think, and I think, I don't know about what you think, but for me it feels right, and it feels logical from what we went from to, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think is interesting, and as you said, it's logical to do that. But I was thinking, I mean, we need to have like two different approach. I think is that to have the CivicTechlab as a platform, as you said. And when I said platform, I'm not thinking on a website or anything like this. It's just CivicTechlab as itself as a platform. I mean, that is a tool that other collectives use to build about this subject. But also, I think that we need to build our content. And for that, for example, I think that very useful thing to do is to have this academic approach that. And I talked already with Dominic about this.
Yeah.
And I think that we need one thing that we need to do is to start, maybe not to start with a course about this, because to build
Of course.
an entire course about this is huge.
Later.
But maybe we can start to add content about this subject in the civil design course as a very few content that we need to put there, and people start to hear about this and everything. So
yeah, I think I even think that incorporating this within the civic design course of Dome is a later stage. I think that first we need to invite people to the discussion, have the discussion, and then because also like we would gain so much time thinking about tools, thinking about ideas, because like all those people have like such different perception of what is civic tech and what are the problems of civic tech, and I think it could be great. I think it could be great. So I think what we could do is like, okay, if we both agree on this, we can start a document, share it on Discourse, and also share it in an email thread that we send to we could arm a document to explain it, and then say, okay, so those are all the lists of projects and people that we know that we're going to send the email, and then we will have on one side the discourse, the discourse thread. We will have like more like maybe internal discussion, and then we'll have like the other thread where we could organize, I don't know, an online meeting, because I think Google Hangout can have like a lot of people online, so that could be, I think it could be pretty good.
Yeah, the last thing that you said, I think would be nice to have that. I mean, if we start to receive some replies and for all that people, we can build that kind of. I mean, this product, this marathon that we do for the civic practices book. It was nice, and a lot of people was there, and we could talk with a lot of people and saw a lot of projects. So it could be nice to have like a specific marathon for civic tech or something like this. So yeah, okay.
Yeah. So so I'm writing the task, which are the following: build a document explaining the Civic Lab project, the CivicTechlab project, list the person and project to be involved within CTL, launch discussion on Discourse, launch a discussion on an email thread with the list previously elaborated. In order, and I think if we do this, I think let's not like put too many things in task and the deadline, because obviously like and this is why yesterday for the residents, I was wondering, okay, so if we see CivicTechlab as this, it's like our there's the Civic Tech Lab is gonna be able to bring something else to the residents that it was not bringing before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
But then the thing is when to do this. I mean, because when are you thinking to launch this mailing and try to reach people for this? Because the thing
It
is
could
that
be, it could be, it could be at the beginning of like next month, or it can be later. It could be later because at the same time, like you just told me this morning that you didn't sleep a lot yesterday, and maybe we could like take some more time. Um, but at the same time, I was thinking that I was thinking because basically I'm back to school, and I want this is my final year, which is like 90% of all my degree, so like I can't really fuck it up. And so I have this research project, and I was thinking that maybe and it would make totally sense to try to integrate it with all the project I'm doing. So basically, on working on my dissertation, I will be able to work also on the project I'm involved and compromise with.
okay,
So what we can do is like I have a pretty as you saw, I already have an idea of like what we can do. So basically, I can start a new document, putting in what we put it for the Civic Tech Lab, and we work it as what I exposed you on the objectives and the mission of the project. And basically, you comment it,
okay,
and when it's commented, okay, I will do this on one side. On the other side, I will do the list of people I know that would be interested.
okay,
Because this is also important. Okay, I'm gonna write this. This is also important because I think like Civic Tech Lab and I think it's awesome. Civic Tech Lab is on the one hand, like you have like okay, so objectives are make civic tech academic. I'm writing this really roughly, but not too lost track of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, okay, okay,
Um, um, because I think okay, within the Civic Tech Lab, and this is also a personal point of view, and this is what I've been trying to do in WeShare, is basically to think civic tech not only as collaborative politics, but for on its own, but like fundamentally related to economics and the city. This is why I'm super excited about the residence because it's like further insight about how can we link those two, because I think it's only coordinating politics, economy, and the city that will be able to have like further and meaningful change. And also, so this is the idea. In the list of the people, I would like to integrate people from the Fab Lab, people that I know, PhD people from Mayo Fuster from Economia Colaborativa.
I don't know.
She's she's a researcher. She has been a researcher on social movements, and she's a
Okay,
researcher at the La Universitat, like the Open University of Catalonia and Harvard, and she's super smart. And like
okay,
basically people that have been researching. So like she's an expert on collaborative economy, but she had been researching on social movement, you know? So like I think like there's like all this richness of interconnectedness that could be super interesting. Um,
okay,
and yeah.
okay. And because I think that also, I mean, we need to describe what is this idea to bringing people together and everything. But
Yeah.
I think that in the first approach to these people, I guess that we need also to share point of view about what is civic tech. I mean,
Yeah.
Every one of us understand some different thing about what is civic tech. So I think that we need to start that debate. And in order to have that first idea about what is civic tech, I think that the project of the residents can help a lot. I mean, at the end, this project, we can I don't know, to have the feedback in the not about the tool that we are going to develop, but about how it's working. I mean, how it's working between what is the idea between this tool, the citizen, and the public institution, and try to have like the theoretical idea about this.
Yeah.
And this is our first idea about what is civic tech or how have to work.
Yeah, and I think also, and for the residents, I think like what has been the way. Okay, I think that the way from the local camp of Paris, you thought civic tech is really interesting because it's not usually how people think civic tech. So I think we could also like underline that like this like diversity and also like the perks, the advantage of having such a discussion, because we have so much to learn from one another. And okay, awesome. Okay, so basically, I will start drafting this document.
Okay.
And I suggest that you comment it.
Okay.
Comment and add. I will draft the list, and you do the same. And then once we have those two documents and that we're happy about it, we'll launch the different discussions.
Okay, perfect.
How does it sound?
Perfect.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And yeah, we go like this, and I think that it's like resolve the problem of discourse on emancipation, because we would extend the debate, and basically we'll make like common decision, not only within the discourse but also with people that we need for the project. No, I mean we don't need them for the project, but like it would not make sense to not have them, and the project would not have the same strength.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the first idea of this lab was to do this kind of thing. I mean, to open and to have a huge network of people working on this subject. So,
okay.
So yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I think we're good for the CivicTechlab for now. We keep up.
Okay.
And if you want, we can further talk. I don't know if we have to cut this one to talk about this residence in another one, or if you want to talk on the residence and on the administrative things that we have to do.
But I think that it's better if we don't mix
yeah, this is why.
subjects. But anyway, I think that about the residents, there's no so much to talk about that, because I mean we were talking about that 2 days.
Yeah, no, because yeah, okay. No, maybe we're gonna cut this from the registration, but I just wanted to make sure that everything that you needed from me, you had it.
Okay, no, maybe we can stop the
so we don't mix.
Yeah. Okay, so we end with CivicTechlab.